Welcome, everybody, to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. From the 27, Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Let's go. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 73 yards. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got a top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Gonna take a shot for Gallup, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's gonna get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33.
Well, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Here's a handoff to Clement. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On 3rd down, here comes Clement. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and we've seen a few moments like this in the first half already from this defense. You know you're going to give up some catches, but it's what they do after the catch that's really been hurting them. And it does again right there.
A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. Now Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Dante Pettis snap.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Let's go!
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. To throw again, Jones. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This time they stay on the ground. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
We got this.
So we've come to... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now Pollard. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And he will score.
That's it.
And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the 3rd quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it. A throw for Golladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Kazin. And the return will stop right around the 25. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
And maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
54. Go, go, go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. So we got man.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. He's got room to run past the 20 and all the way up to the 31-yard line.
Let's go, boys.
And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. Fights loose.
And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 93 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise. Jones hit, and the ball's out. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And oh, he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Man, this is ridiculous, man.
And that'll set them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Oh, some strong running. Still fighting for more. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right here. Hey, watch that.
And they take a knee.
Bring it up.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had